Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea, and welcome back to a high-level best of 3 between Solar, the second highest Zerg on a League luck currently, and a player whom, you know, in any other context might be taking ice baths, waking up at 4:30 in the morning, going to saunas. He is someone that is a real grinder. Is Gerald. I believe he's one of the highest game amounts in the world currently per season. He plays an absolute crap ton. On top of that, he travels to every single tournament that he can get to. It doesn't matter when it is. It doesn't matter how tight the schedule is. He just freaking goes. And he just loves competing. He just freaking loves this game, it seems like. He's playing an absolute crap ton. Just last week, I met him in Cologne for the big Gabe Cup. I did fight him there, and I also did manage to beat him. So unfortunate for him. Fortunate for me, but yeah, he's one of the biggest grinders that we currently have. And you know, there's certain things that people disagree on whether, you know, what makes you a good person. But I feel like people that grind a lot of StarCraft games generally are good people, and thus, you know, Gerald high on my list. Solar opening up with a bit of a high Ling count. He's even chasing these adepts all the way back. It's gonna cost him quite a few Lings here. A surprisingly high amount of Lings. This adept should definitely still be shooting. I think a couple more of these Lings probably should be dying. The shade here was most definitely a mistake, as this adept is gonna get picked off. I feel like this could have been significantly better for Gerald. He ends up losing a single adept, killing 4 Lings and killing a drone. So it's not the end of the world, but I do believe that he could have done even better here. Solar ended up building 14 Lings total, which is an insanely high amount of Lings this early on in the game. We can see it represented here in the lack of workers that he has. Usually should be a little bit higher. And he's also skipped spores for a very long time. So I guess that is kind of a luxury that you can afford if you open up with a lot of Lings. The Oracle tends to stay at home to defend the third base, and as a result, spores can be delayed a little bit longer. So this spore even is going to end up getting cancelled here. That is wild. Solar must have a lot of trust in his own ability to stop these oracles from going in, eh? Cool to see. Lings once again moving across the map. Next oracle is about to pop up. It's going to help Gerald quite a bit if he needs to keep this base alive. And he will need to keep that base alive, although Lings are not going to commit here into this position. +1 on the way. Very fast melee upgrade out of the Zerg player. Tourmaline is one of these maps that I feel like favor Zerg a little bit. You have some nasty areas you need to defend. Like, this is usually taken as the fort base for Protoss. You kind of have this ramp on the side. You have this area. Like, this is pretty freaking far open as well. On top of that, even the third base area is pretty open too, as the Lings enter the main base. Gerald forgetting to have a unit there on hold position. Loses 3 probes. He's going to lose a couple more potentially. Loses 1 more. 4 Lings going down against these Lings that were already constructed. Nice execution there out of Solar, who's very good at this, like at finding damage where really there shouldn't be any. It's extremely frustrating to play against as well as a result of that, because you feel like you should be safe. This might just be a cancel, by the way, and just walks out. Yeah, I was gonna say this feels a lot like a cancel. It could have even been a committal. I don't think Gerald knows about the lack of a spore, but if you commit into this base and you add the oracles into the mix, Queens probably are busy attacking the adepts. Or the oracles, and then the adepts get to deal damage, or they're busy attacking the adepts, then the oracles get to deal damage. And that's the advantage of having a spore, is that you only really need to worry about the adepts. As Solar here says, hey, you know what? Bunch of adepts on my side. I guess that means that I'm going to send my Lings across the map, as Gerald is setting up for a 6-gate Blink Stalker, as well as a proxy pylon. So to me, this is starting to feel a whole lot like a 7-gate all-in. And actually adding another gateway here. So probably going to be an 8-gate all-in, because there's going to be a gateway here for quicker warp-ins as well. Adepts moving back home at this point. Stalkers thought about saving these adepts, but instead are just going to let them die. They will pass away. Oracle's going to get 3 more kills. Need to be really careful though. You don't want to waste too much energy, and you also don't want to take too much damage, because it's going to be very important here in the follow-up attacks. The Lings are now going to get us around on 2 of these Stalkers. 1 Stalker will fall. I think if Solar scouts this, he should know what's going on. It's like, hey, no worker production, right? Like, you can see that if you're not aware. You can see this little, like, this white thing moving up, this little light going up if you're building workers, and that wasn't the case over here. So Solar saw that. More importantly, also saw the lack of gas. So 7 minutes in, no gas. I'd be shocked to see Solar build any extra drones at this point. He already is quite high in the drone count at 78. And this is also kind of a build order check in my mind. It's like, hey, your opponent went up to almost... Actually, your opponent is going up to 80 drones right now. And you are going for what is essentially a 3-base all-in. You should be capable of beating this. Like, if there's anything you're going to be capable of beating, it is someone that's going up to 80 drones. So, Gerald here getting his build order tested in the in a pretty disgusting way. And so far, I feel like he might just be passing that test. There's only 2 Hydras shooting currently. We have a lot more Stalkers on the way here as well. Oracles are starting to fall a little bit. More Lings now moving forward. Queen count is still relatively high as well, with 5 Queens now at the front. Hydra's helping out. The moment +1 range finishes up, that's going to be great for Queen plus Hydra. But until then, actually, this is just going to be fine either way. Even without the +1, like, Solar's just completely destroying this push. This didn't even really feel very scary. At one moment, it might have felt scary, but good production on 4 hatcheries, 5th hatch on the way. Technically, Solar could even give up this base temporarily. Like, he has plenty of workers. Like, losing a 4th is not an issue if you have a 5th on the way and you're fighting against someone without gas. Like, Solar at this point is confident enough to probably go for either a Ling or a Baneling run by. I think this is going to be a Baneling run by. And that just pretty much tells the entire story. Like, Gerald just didn't manage to get the damage done that he needed to deal. He's trying to still get, you know, a little bit going here, but I don't entirely see how this is going to work out. Like, the Hydra count is extremely high. Links over here are going to be capable of pushing this away. Creep spread is decent enough. It's not great, but decent enough. Do we get a Baneling split over here? Yep. 3 Banes to the top, 3 Banes to the bottom. And Gerald is going to end up losing about 10 workers. So Solar dealing more damage there with a 6 Baneling run by than Gerald has done with his 9-gate pressure over here with pure Stalker. You now have a 4th Nexus on the way, but I don't really care about a 4th Nexus if you have 55 workers and you're down 80 supply. Like, it's just not gonna cut it, simply said. Solar is actually so uncaring about so many things right now because he knows how far ahead he is. Like, he's just gonna let these Stalkers live. He says, you know what? I don't actually need to kill those. I can just kill you. Like, I don't need to go just for the Stalkers. Just gonna go for a kill here on the 4th base and then probably continue walking into the 3rd. And what does Gerald really have? I mean, nothing is actually the answer. He just doesn't have anything. Like, there's no answer to this army. Like, I think maybe the pure Hydra army could be killed, theoretically, by Zealot Stalker. Although that even this is a pretty close fight. And the problem is we're just gonna have so many forces behind this. We have Banelings being morphed here as well. Ling's now streaming in, and Ling plus Hydra just absolutely takes a dump on top of those Stalker armies. We have a drone potentially for like a Manor Hatch, maybe? Could be a miss rally as well. I kind of hope it's a Manor Hatch. Could always use a little bit of drama in StarCraft 2. Don't mind it. The drone is still there. Single G gets called, and Solar's gonna pick up game number 1. Map 2 is here on Celestial Enclave. And I played this against Shin the other day, and Shin went for a proxy hatch in my mini natural here. So I was kind of hoping this to be a Korean thing, but it doesn't actually seem to be the case. Maybe it's gonna be like a very late one, like post pool or something. Is a possibility. You have some weird things you can do on this map, so always going to keep an eye on. Like, you always need to keep an eye on that natural, because against Terran there's often like a barracks or 2 there. Against Zerg, there can be a hatchery there. Against Protoss, you're often getting cannon rushed down this location, or like a 2-gate or even a 3-gate. These are kind of nasty builds on this map. We have a very fast pool into gas, by the way. This is extraordinarily suspicious. This was a full pool into gas. So this is the quickest Ling rush you could go for. Or the quickest speed rush you could go for. Usually people do that because they feel like they're, because they're going to go for a Ling flood. Let's see if that's the case. We also see a 20 Overlord, which is highly suspicious. This should be a 21 Overlord. That means that the next 2 larvae are probably going to go into the Lings, if I'm not mistaken. So this is something that a lot of Zergs have been doing against no scouts. So Gerald went for a no scout, and now we have Solar going for this particular build. And there's probably going to be a drone pool with that as well. Usually you even cut 1 extra drone, if I'm being honest. Usually there's even 1 more drone cut. Let's see, there's no chrono. I mean, this should be theoretically unholdable, if I'm being real. Like, There's going to be a Twilight Council, which doesn't provide any value. There's going to be a single Stalker without a second unit out. I don't even understand a Sentry. That could change things a little bit, though. Like, a Sentry could actually positively impact the outcome here for Gerald. Like, once you get that out, he's... What? Is he serious? What the hell is that? Why would he full wall? Dude, I'm honestly at a loss as to why someone would do this. Huh? I mean, the Sentry was lucky already, and then the full wall here was crazy. Gerald has a lot of weird rules that he has for himself. Maybe this was a bait, because he knew that Solar would do this if he shows a complete no-scout. That is a freaking ballsy play to make, though, let me tell you. Like, Gerald is just like, he's up 12 workers. This is unlosable at this point. Cybernet score here behind it, can't even get cancelled. Warpgate's gonna finish up, he's gonna go for Blink behind all of this. I mean, Solar's just dead. Like, Solar right now is on, what, 2 bases, down 11 workers. Or, sorry, 9 workers. And he's gonna get supply block here massively as well. Like, this is legitimately unwinnable. This is actually unwinnable at this point. Yeah, GG's gonna get called. Gerald's gonna win game number 2 with an insane gateway. Like, actually an insane gateway placement. And that brings us to game number 3. What an odd freaking game that was. I am so... This has to be like some insanely high-level mind gaming. Like, Gerald must know that Solar likes to respond in this way. Like, Gerald always pulls these types of moves where he's like, he has a cute little trick and he really commits hard as well to the reads that he makes. So I personally really like that. Like, I think it's cool that when you have a bit of information, like, that you actually have the balls to stand behind your decision. Like, full walling there with a gateway, I mean, it is kind of bonkers. Getting a Sentry as well is also kind of bonkers. So I do believe that he probably had a follow-up plan, but... like, in case he isn't being Ling flooded, but it would have been like not even a plan B. Like, you had his plan A, which was being like Ling flooded, and then there was like plan E, which was maybe going for like world's worst glaive timing or something. Like, I don't actually know what he would have done, but it would have sucked. And I'm freaking here for it, man. Hell yeah, baby. Taking risk. Let's freaking go. Yeah, he's yeah, Gerald, he freaking loves the risk. He just loves it, man. He goes in there. No protection necessary. When he goes skating, he doesn't wear the knee pads. When he goes biking, no freaking helmet. He just doesn't do these things. He's not interested in them. It just slows him down. I'm not sure if that's true. I feel like actually wearing a helmet when you go cycling probably helps a bit with the aerodynamics, no? Like, he has quite long hair as well. I feel like that would catch some wind. Like, you have a nice helmet with like a good shape. That would be sick. Yeah, this was a double depth. This is much more of a standard build here immediately. So it's gonna be really freaking fast third too. What the hell? How did he do that? It's just gonna be single Oracle potentially. That's what I'm feeling here. It's gonna add, what, a second gate in the wall? He must have done some really nice micro. Oh, he's gonna bounce that back in the wall here as well. Follow it up potentially with a Twilight Council. 350. His worker micro, like, he's done something weird here. I'm going to have to watch back this replay. Because he went for a hatch block and managed to get, what was this, like a 450? This was, sorry, a 350 Twilight Council, which is a really neat timing. He's also saving up both of these oracles. I don't think he's shown his face yet. And he's going to just run around and come from one angle, which I'm a big fan of. Hell yeah. Look, if you can hide something, freaking hide it, man. Like, you never know when they're coming for you. So, might as well be a surprise when you are coming for them. Like, this base is well protected enough. Single Spore, Queen. I think Gerald probably wants to make like a cutting motion into this. So like, pop and then hard pivot to the right is what I would say. I would have preferred that, because then you can always pick off some workers here. Yeah, maybe even could have gotten these had he moved a little bit like with more oomph. And this was not good micro. Ends up losing an Oracle. Kills only 3 Lings. Or sorry, 3 drones. This base does not actually have a Spore, but does have 3 Queens. And these Queens are punching hard. This Oracle takes a lot of damage. You have the Assimilator that is done. 2 probes that are guarding it right now. From the forces of evil. So these adepts are actually getting blasted pretty hard, not gonna lie. This is not a good look for Gerald. Like, this is kind of to be expected, and he just doesn't seem to be ready for it whatsoever. Losing 3 probes in that manner. Like, for Solar, this is like taking candy from a kid. Which I've never actually done. People always say like, it's like taking, you know, candy from a kid. Like, it's such an easy thing. I think for most people, it would be significantly harder to take candy away from a kid than it is to take it away from an adult, you know? You just feel bad. Like, you have a kid sitting in front of you all happy with their candy. Like, the physical act of taking it away obviously is going to be a lot easier, but... Like, how does that look? Like, this is one way I don't want to get filmed in freaking public. Like, stealing candy from a kid. Take it from an adult. They probably think there's a good reason why you're taking it away, you know? But this is a fast Spire, by the way. If this gets scouted, it would be kind of frustrating here for Solar. Almost would say, why don't we just pull the drones to block that? No, he says, I'd rather be scouted than lose 10 workers. And, you know, big ups to that. +1 on that particular call. Still a couple of workers are going to fall, and you get the full scout here as Gerald as well. These drones need to be targeted a bit better, by the way. I've been doing a good job. Okay, there we go. We're going to get 7, maybe 8. No, 7 kills. 7 kills total. This Spire is now what we'd call an obvious fake. As I accidentally paused the replay. Is my PC lagging? No. But this is such an obvious fake that it might become real again, you know? It's like when you have someone telling such terrible jokes that they become funny because of how bad it is. I think he's actually going for it. He's not respecting it. Gerald's like, I saw that Spire. Like, there's 0 chance you're committing to that. And there's an easy way to confirm. Usually, like, you just throw down a Revelation. And if you see this 8 gas setup, 100%. He's still going to add in a Phoenix right now. Adding a fort base as well. We don't even have a cannon out here. As the Overseer doesn't get the scout, I believe, on the Phoenixes coming out. Dude, if you get 2 Phoenixes out ahead of time, that would be phenomenal stuff. It really would be. As this Nexus is... Did it get cancelled? It did not look like a cancel to me. First Phoenix coming out. Second Phoenix, though, not on the way. So Gerald is just kind of pointlessly wandering around right now. He's not ready at all. He's actually moving out. Doesn't have a cannon here, doesn't have a battery. He's just gonna lose a lot of workers. Yeah, this is an extraordinarily bad outcome for him. Like losing 8 workers here. Now at the same time we have a Ling run by coming in at the fort base. Like, there's also no follow-up. It feels like Gerald has figured out the perfect way to be kind of safe to nothing. Like, he would have died against Hydra Ling Bane with this setup. He's dying against scouted Muta Ling. Like, what are we preparing for? Like a roach push? Off of a fake Spire? It's a possibility. It's not very common. And I guess that's going to be it for this series. As GG gets called, Solar's going to take it 2-1.